Hello, I want to thank the United Way for the opportunity to come today and share a little bit about the difference that the United Way makes in our lives in North Minneapolis, the impact that you are making in North Minneapolis. My name is Alika Galloway, and I serve as CEO of Liberty's 21st Century Academy. Liberty's 21st Century Academy is a safe place where African American, primarily young people, grades K through 12, come and receive healing from racialized trauma. They participate in accelerated achievement. They prepare for a future and a career with hope. And the United Way has been one of our most significant partners. So when we were all faced with COVID-19, many of us, literally, most of us, I would say, were caught off guard, including all of our team. We have about 8 people that are on our team. School began to shut down. We had to ask questions about health. We had to ask questions about food insecurity. We had to ask questions about educational success. We were talking about economic opportunity within the disproportionality of a pandemic that was targeting persons of color. We had a lot of questions, but very few answers. I want to say this about the United Way as you consider giving. The United Way has acted always as a place for us. They're a gap filler. They stand in the gap. They're bridge builders, and one of the reasons why they can participate in the world like that is that they understand that these are not simple solutions to very complicated issues. Now that is absolutely important, that they are willing to wrestle with complexity, the issues that face Minnesotans, that face North Minneapolis, that face people of color. And COVID-19 and the second pandemic that we are wrestling with, the murder of George Floyd, has given rise to the complexities of who we are as human beings. And we need a place to connect. The United Way has been that. A place to connect with critical conversation, a place to connect with meeting critical needs, a place to connect with observing and answering and wrestling with all the issues that not trickle down, but flood down among African American youth. That's what the United Way has done. That's what they do every day. Now, I'm going to give you a quick story that I hope exemplifies why your funding of the United Way is so important. So a lot of youth workers were laid off. A lot of youth workers were laid off. Now, if you know anything about youth workers, really good ones, and that's what we have, they fill the gap in children's lives. They stand in the gap between the educational system and the parental systems, all the systems that impact our children's life daily. It is the youth worker that acts as the teeter-totter, that acts as the bridge over troubled waters, that acts as the bridge between K and 12 and college and future and career and success. And I can tell you, I was very worried about how we were going to maintain ours because they are excellent. But I wasn't the only one that was worried. So we made a commitment to struggle together to figure out how they were going to stay employed, to figure out not only how the youth worker was going to stay employed, but how we were going to feed our families, cultural food, how we were going to help with small telephone bills, how we were going to help pay some rents, because really the renter was who was disproportionately impacted and affected. The United Way sent out a call almost right away and said, we're here to help. We're here to fill the gap. Apply for the money. So one of the things that our youth workers did, and I'm going to name a specific one, Sarita, is that our youth workers went out into the community. They had masks on, But they were bold and courageous, and they met our children where they were. They met them at home, they met them in the park, they met them wherever they were. They were hanging out, and our youth workers went. Our youth workers made telephone calls. Well, this one particular day, Sarita was meeting with one of our children, with one of our scholars. And we had little coping packages, because we understand that our children are now facing a tsunami of trauma and terror. And we had little coping bags. And the scholar was in middle school and said, "Miss Sarita," and she said, "Uh-huh." She said, "So much is going on, and I can't go to school anymore." And Sarita said, I know, but it's going to be all right, honey." She said, "I can't come to 21st century anymore." "I know, but 21st century is coming to you." And she said, "Thank you." And then as Sarita turned around to leave, she said this, "Are you going to leave me too? Everybody else has left me. Are you going to leave me too?" Because of your gift and your donation, and you're filling the gap, you're walking alongside of us, your commitment to economic stability and security, your commitment to educational success, your commitment to meeting the needs, real-time needs of this city, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of how it shows up. Sarita could tell that scholar, "No, I'm here. Baby, I'm not going anywhere." Excuse me. That's what the United Way does. Time and time and time and time again. And we thank you. Won't you consider a gift?